expert
I am
session.
absolutely biased about this segment of the workshop. Mr. Markus Kaulius, what can I say about this man? This man has been in the industry for, gosh, over 20 years, but he looks like he's 25. So how's it possible for somebody to enter the industry at the age of 5 years of age? I do not know. But what I can say is this: to be a CEO of the most reputable supplement company on the planet at the age of 5 is another feat that I wish I could match. Magnum Nutraceuticals has supported NPAA since its inception, and for that we're greatly thankful. From day one, we recognized that this man and his entire company, I think Integris doesn't even begin to describe the way he conducts himself, the way the company conducts itself. I've recommended these supplements to my closest of family members, and just on a personal level, I'm so thankful for what he's done for our family, for our federation. And when he reached out and let us know that he was going to touch base with you all and speak on the importance of mental and physical wellness, especially during this time, I couldn't hesitate but to say yes and thank you. So Markus, I want to thank you for joining us today. I want to thank you for spreading your knowledge about these very important topics that are striking the masses for sure during this pandemic and well beyond the pandemic. Honestly, we really thank you for helping everybody in that regard. So the floor is yours, and go for it. It's all yours.
Wow. First of all, thank you so much. Those are such beautiful and kind words. I'm very thankful for that. And, you know, the feeling is absolutely reciprocated. You know, Kevin, when I got to get to know you two early on and what you guys were planning on doing with the NPAA, I just thought, this is awesome. If you guys can do half of what you are hoping to do, and if you stay to your vision, this is going to be something I'm always going to love. And here we are, however many years later, and this is what you guys are about still, the health of these competitors. And, you know, this isn't just about showcasing a hot body and then tomorrow, I don't care what happens to you. I know you guys, you actually care so much. And I'm not trying to put down other federations. It's not like that. I just love what you guys are doing. So it's an absolute honor for myself and for Magnum to support you guys. And but thank you again for allowing me to be on here. I love being able to give back, and I love being able to share my knowledge that I've just kind of slowly accumulated over the years on living a healthier lifestyle, being in a better healthy mindset, mind frame, and especially during COVID. Couldn't be a more important time to be focusing on these things and to help people be prepared for what comes after the stage, which is such a critical moment for your long-term health that so many people ignore and trainers so sadly ignore. So here we are. Let's have a chat. Now, before I get started, Kevin, I've forgotten. How much time do I have? Because I'm very respectful of time. I'm not going to go over. And yeah, talk to me.
Floor is yours, man. Honestly.
Yeah, we've got time.
We've got time. Take your time. Okay. Take your time.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And if good questions come up, I'm not watching for them, but if good questions come up, please just fire them at me. So everybody, let me start with this. Mindset is everything, everything when it comes to training. The sooner you realize that, the sooner you are going to experience so much more enjoyment in the gym, enjoyment in your transformation, and particularly enjoyment post-show. And once you learn that it's mindset, so even the things that you think are just purely physical, cardio, Markus, that's not mindset. Are you kidding me? If you don't realize that cardio is all about mindset, you are one of those people that's like, okay, I've got 20 minutes, which means 5 sets of 4 minutes. And oh, frick, is it done yet? This is a nightmare. The more you speak those horrible words to yourself of, oh, this is horrible, I have to do cardio, I have to work out, you're telling your body, you're letting your body know, I really dislike what we're doing. I have to eat my Brussels sprouts. I have to do that. When has that ever worked out positively? And when did that become a positive thing long term? There's no chance that's going to last. So we have to change the mindset. So first, learn to enjoy it. Learn to enjoy the journey. And if you can't, if you are truly like, no, I've been doing this for a few years, I still really hate it, I'm going to ask you to try something different. maybe this isn't the right thing for you. We have enough people in our industry with their negative voices. Maybe it's time to try something else that you would enjoy. Maybe mini golf is your thing. So number one, mindset. Now, there's so many ways to learn mindset techniques. I love following good mindset coaches. It's really great. I love motivational speakers, man. You know, you got the Tony Robbins. I mean, I know that's quite cliche, but man, everything that guy writes, everything that guy speaks, if you truly listen to it, you can put every word into practice and change your life every single day. So those are some of my focuses with mindset. But I want to talk about hormones. Hormones are so critical to our body's processes, how our bodies react to anything, losing weight, gaining weight, just being in a better mindset. These things are all connected because your hormones, once they're off, that can be a long struggle. So post-show, so critical to have a game plan. And I don't mean just like, oh, for the next, yeah, I'll think about it post-show. No. You need to think about it today. You need to know, what do the treat meals look like the day, the night of the show? What do the treat meals look like the next day? How many treat meals will you have in the next week? If you don't have a plan, your plan is to go ballistic. And I've seen so many people over the years put on 10, 20, 30 pounds in that first week. And you'll get people going, oh, but it was just water weight. Really? I've been in it long enough to see it's not. And then those people, shockingly, disappear from social media. Why? Because now they're just in a bad place. You know how hard it is when you put on 5 pounds. Okay, what about 30 pounds? And what if now, because I've screwed up my hormones, I can't get that 30 pounds off? It's a bad place to be. And your mental state just keeps going down. Now, I'm not going to focus on the negative. Let's focus on the positive here. You can prevent all that by just having a plan. And if you work with a trainer, you need to find out, what is the plan the night of the show and the days after. If they don't have a plan for you and they don't know how to work through one, find some outside knowledge. I'm not saying dump your trainer, but if your trainer says something like, post-show, it doesn't matter, we'll worry about that when we come to it. A second opinion doesn't hurt. I really want to see people long-term healthy, long-term happy. I've seen too many people go down that bad path, and it's so unnecessary. It doesn't come part and parcel with doing a show. That's not the case. It does come part and parcel with a show if you refuse to learn from other people's mistakes, refuse to learn from your own mistakes, and refuse to open up your mind to say, hey, maybe there's a better way. Maybe there's another way. And maybe that Markus guy wasn't so crazy after all. So developing a lifestyle is really important. Accepting that this is a lifestyle. Like, I love this lifestyle. I don't have to work out. I love working out. I get to work out. I'm so amazed at the human body. I'm so amazed that after destroying my legs yesterday, I'm able to get out of bed and go kill it on chest today. That's an amazing thing for the human body. So one of my little mindset techniques that I teach people all the time is make sure you congratulate yourself once in a while. Sit back and marvel at how amazing that is. Stop just focusing on the negative. We all do it. I'm not coming down on you for doing it. We all do this little bit of bullying. Like, yeah, I mean, it was a leg day, but come on, Markus, you could have squatted more than that. Come on. You got to stop yourself and go, you know what? I squatted. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter if I squatted the bar or I squatted 225. I was squatting and it felt great. And my legs, that soreness, that's awesome. That's affirming me. That's proving that I'm alive. And I love that. So take a moment once in a while. Congratulate yourself. Now, here's another thing that the world teaches us to do. Congratulate yourself by stopping for some fast food and a donut because you deserve it. You lost 1 pound today. That's one way of doing it. That's not a good way to do it long term. So I recommend just stop and congratulate yourself and find healthy ways instead. So if you see, or you used to be that person who's like, yeah, I love having treating myself to 6 donuts after I've done a really good accomplishment. Okay, what if you changed it to something different? Like, I don't know, I'm going to go get myself a facial, or I'm going to go buy a massage at the spa because I deserve it. How much healthier is that than those 6 donuts that now set you back? So just those are some little tips. For anybody who is, I know you guys are all freaking awesome. I know, being involved with the NPAA, you already know what you're doing, but I'm going to give you this tip anyway. I love the idea of baby steps. I love to think about baby steps, not always big picture stuff. Big picture when it comes to your body can be very detrimental to your mental health. Oh man, where do I even start? I got at least 20 pounds to lose. I got 30 pounds to lose. It's just too big. And I guess I got to change my whole diet. No more fast food, no more this, no more booze, no more this. If you go from 0 to 100 overnight and try and cancel all the bad stuff out of your diet, try and overhaul your life overnight, I'm sorry, I'm betting against you. There's no way that's going to stick. I don't know in 25, 30 years of doing this that I have ever seen someone stick to that. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. If you do baby steps, you look at it as little changes. So if I just said to you, okay, if you have 5 fast food meals in the average week, next week I want you to do 4. Does that sound crazy? Does that sound so hard? If you don't work out at all, and I said to you, okay, what if you got in 2 workouts this week? Just 2. That's not crazy. That's manageable. And you know what's going to happen? It's going to quickly just become part of your routine. That's not so bad. I didn't have to change my whole life. I didn't have to give up everything. And then in a couple of weeks, if you said, you know what, I'm going to get 2 more workouts in, and I'm going to cut 1 more fast food meal out. Those are such baby steps. They're easy to do. And all of a sudden, you're working out 5 days a week. You don't eat fast food anymore because you don't like the way it feels anymore. And you don't crave it as much anymore. And you crave the other good stuff that you switch to. Those are the baby steps that are so wonderful. And along with that, those giant leaps that I don't like. The whole, I'm going to eat boiled chicken and I'm going to go to 0 carbs. That doesn't work for anyone. That will work for you if your goal was just to drop 5 pounds this week, mostly water, some muscle, and a tiny bit of fat, and you are more than prepared to put on 10 pounds next week. That's what you get when you go too far. I don't eat boiled chicken. I don't go 0 carbs ever. And I do okay for myself physically. And I do very well for myself mentally. I spoke a lot right now, and I feel like I'm just speaking to myself right now. Kevin and Wendy, will you chime in? How is this going? Is this what you were hoping for?
Fantastic. Absolutely.
It's such important points there. I like that, you mentioned don't go from 0 to 1 million in 1 step. We competed as well. It takes progression to get there. And so in order to sustain the lifestyle, it has to be something that is practical, achievable, and makes sense, right, for the individual.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I mean, this is just, it's, when you think of competing, it's a catalyst to living a healthy lifestyle, right?
Yes.
It's a segment to our entire life. And when we've treated it as such, as far as it being that facet, then you don't have to have this all-in mentality of going from 0 to 1 million, 0 to 100, 0 to whatever it is.
Yeah.
Able to sustain it for sure. So that's amazing points. Amazing points.
Well,
love it.
Yeah. And I think that too often this sport has been where people say people look really good on the outside, but they're not feeling good on the inside.
Yeah.
And I think that, just as coaches ourselves and as doctors, that's something that we're really against. I think that you can, like you said, this is a lifestyle, and you can approach this in a very holistic fashion where
Absolutely.
maybe you're looking great on the outside, but you can feel good too. You really can. It's not a sport of just depletion. You're able to gift back to your body, whether it's proper, supplements, mental health, all of those factors, hormone health, that you achieve it as a balanced physique, right? Not just the physique, it's the whole body.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's beautiful.
So question for you, what would you say is your biggest pet peeve when it comes to somebody who's just brand new into grappling onto this new lifestyle? I want to reach this goal. If it's a competition, it's a competition. If it's just, I want to get into better physical shape, what is your biggest pet peeve? Was the one thing in your mind you say, you know what, if I could turn the hands of time back and I was your age, because right now I know, Marcus, you're only, 25, right? Yeah. So if I can go back to when I was 24, This is the one thing I wish somebody told me. The one thing. What would you say to this?
You know, I would say recognize who you're taking advice from. So, you know, a lot of people who are just getting into it, they find one piece of advice and they go with it. Okay. I like to see who's giving that advice. There's many ways to get to the goal. If your goal is to do it in a healthy lifestyle approach that's going to be long-term, you look for someone who kind of looks like that Kevin Ashby or that Wendy Ashby, or, you know, those people who've been doing it for a long time, who look healthy, who look awesome, and who have energy and are happy with themselves. You know, if you're like this 130-pound woman who's looking to lose 10 or 15 pounds, I don't think the right thing to do is to look at this huge Olympian dude who's all juiced up and is going, I'll teach you how to lose the weight, even though I'm so unhealthy. Now, I'm not trying to diss those dudes. It's just, that's one way of doing it. Do I recommend that to anyone? Absolutely not. Like, that's not going to work for my body because I'm never going to hit that juice. That's not the path I want to take. And I know how bad that path is. So don't just go for the first piece of information you find. And maybe also ask, does that sound logical, and does that pass through a few of my own natural fear filters, not fear, logic filters?
Yeah, absolutely.
Huh, I kind of thought your brain needs carbs to survive, and so do your organs. Yeah, logically it says don't do it. So maybe I should look into this, not just because one person said don't do carbs anymore, or you're going to be doing 2 hours of cardio every day, 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour at night, plus a workout, plus I'm not going to feed you, plus boiled chicken. Logically, should a human being do that much cardio? No. So I think the logic filter is a big one. And the more you recognize that, the more you start to hear things that sound good, like, oh yeah, okay, so I'm just gonna eat like cleaner chicken and find a sauce that's lower carb sauce. Okay, yeah, that actually sounds logical because I'll cut down my calories, and I guess I don't need 15 grams of sugar in my sauce on my chicken. Okay, you do those little things and you start to catch yourself and you're like, wow, and you know what? I actually feel better eating this lower calorie sauce. Like, if you guys haven't found Frank's Buffalo hot sauce, oh my goodness. It's calorie free, people. It's calorie free. I put that crap on everything and it tastes so delicious. I love that. So you don't have to deprive yourself. You don't have to eat disgusting foods. If you guys are local to BC and Lower Mainland, I use a meal prep company called Meals Await. The food is so delicious and it's so healthy. And I used to have this mentality like, oh, I can't afford meal prep. When you actually do the math, it's crazy. I had staff of mine doing meal prep before I did. And I was like, wait a minute, don't I make more money than these guys? How do they afford meal prep? And then one day I was smart enough to do the math and I'm like, I spend all this money on food. Plus, what's my time worth having to prep all the time? Having to, oh shoot, I'm hungry right now. I better go to Subway for a healthy meal. You can't get healthy fast food. Whereas now with my Meals Await, I just pop it in the microwave. I'm eating within minutes of being hungry, and then I'm full and I go back to work and I feel awesome, and it's delicious, healthy food.
So would you say that is has been, and you know what, no offense to some of the other companies out there that do what you do, but would you say, because this is what we've seen from our perspective, you're an individual who, yes, you're older than 25. I'm going to say how much older, but yes, you are older than 20, a tiny bit older than 25.
I'm 42 for anybody who's counting, Kevin. Gosh.
Has that been the secret to your longevity? Because there are those who, to be professional, unfortunately, they're not living the lifestyle. You know, they provide the service, they provide these products, but unfortunately, they're not living the lifestyle. What we've noticed from our end is that you have consistently lived the lifestyle from day one, and it shows. And that's what has catapulted you ahead of others in our minds, right? So is that primarily what has been the secret to your longevity in that regard?
I mean, I certainly wouldn't argue with you. I really do believe I've been put on this planet. Like, this is what God wants me doing with my life. And that's a very powerful, it's very powerful to live into your what God has put you here for. And I love it. Like, I don't work out because like, oh man, it's my job and I kind of like having muscle and stuff. I work out because I crave it. Like, I love it. I love going into the gym. I love the vibes of the gym. We have this massive gym at Magnum. And, since COVID, we've opened it up to allow some really good high-end trainers. So I've got these, they're called All Elite Trainers, and they train back there, and they train people to live healthier life. And I'm surrounded by people with so much positivity, and we're pushing each other. Once in a while, I just love it. The other day, I don't know if you saw on my Instagram, we were all dancing because it was launch day. That's the group of trainers and some of their clients, like, we're just goofy like that. Like, and I miss that. When I have my days off, I miss going in there to hang out with those guys. And how did Judy do today? And how's Ashanti doing? And once in a while, when someone hits we look over and someone's doing like a big lift, we're like, yeah, go Gary. And then from over here, someone's like, go Gary. And it's just like, that's what this is supposed to be about. So yeah, for longevity and like living a healthy life, it's just, you gotta figure out the good stuff and keep adding to your life all the good little things.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question. So Markus, we have a transformation division, and I've seen, in Magnum, you guys have done lots of transformation stuff on social media, and that. What's sort of one big take home that you have for transformation athletes? They might be starting at a different part of the journey than our competitive athletes, and what sort of things do you think that they need to just remember as they enter this process?
That's awesome. I love the question. I love that you guys have that transformation category. It's so beautiful. Transformations I hold so dear to my heart because of my transformation, my whole life was changed, and I kind of love how that changed. So beyond the baby steps, because that's such a huge one for transformation people. The second thing is, I want you to take a look at your community. Who do you surround yourself with? So for the people who have put on a lot of weight over the years, it's not a surprise that many of the people that they surround themselves with are also in that category. And it's just, you naturally hang out with people that have similar interests. And for a while, maybe one of your interests is a lot of fast food or unhealthy choices. And so now you've decided to go down this path of being healthier. That's awesome. It doesn't mean you have to dump all your old friends. It really doesn't. But you do want to make sure you're now bringing more people into your life that's going to support that new lifestyle. And so that it's going to be able to become a lifestyle. Because if you now take this new, more svelte, more healthy you, and you try and plug it back into your old ways with your old friends who are like, come on, we're going out for wings and beer. It's going to be a really hard fight always. And I hate to sound like I'm selling into something, but I got to tell you, there is a community for you. There's the hashtag Markus community, hashtag Markus challenge community. Wow, why don't I screw it up while I'm pitching it? The Markus challenge is something that I created when COVID first started. I just noticed everyone's mental health was going through the floor. Depression going way up, anxiety, negativity, and it just keeps getting worse for people. People being locked out of their gyms, people maybe losing their jobs, losing their businesses, knowing someone who's died, knowing someone who's sick, just the fear of all of it. So what I created was a community. There's no cost to join, everybody. This is just an open, super positive platform that I just wanted to offer back to people. There's a place for you. There's a place where you can be protected from negativity. Legit, of the hundreds of thousands of comments we've received in the Markus Challenge, there's not a single negative comment.
Awesome. That's awesome.
If somebody was rude, I'd boot them. I'm not afraid. Block and walk, people. You don't need to have negativity in your life, and you won't find it in my community. And all this community is I give little tips. So mindset tips, diet hacks. And again, as you can hear the way I talk, the diet hacks aren't like, hey, we're going to cut carbs this week, everybody. 0 carbs. No, these are just the little things that are going to help you along the way. And we really encourage people, no matter what stage you're at, you got to just communicate with us. So one of the first things I always say in almost every one of my videos on the Markus Challenge is, I need you to say below, I'm in. If you tell me you're in, me and my community are going to surround you with more love than you're used to, especially right now. And just to say, we're in this together. You got any questions? You hit me up. We're in this. And it's actually the most beautiful thing I've ever been part of on social media. We all talk about wanting to use our social media for positive. It's tough sometimes. And most people's answers is, okay, well, I'm going to share really good looking pictures of myself, and hopefully that encourages you and inspires you. And I'm not dissing you. I have been doing that for years. But this is such a beautiful thing where all I'm doing is giving back. And when someone comments, I go, awesome, you're here. I'm so happy you're here. And so many of our challenges are just in better place mentally. And then they come back and they tell us, maybe I've lost 5 pounds. I've got people who've lost 30, 40 pounds, but it's not about that. This isn't about like, well, who's going to lose the most weight? I don't care. I don't care if you lose a pound. If you respond with, you know what, I'm in a better mental place, boom, we all won. That is such a beautiful thing. And I'm trying to help our country. I'm trying to help our society. This is a full team effort here, people. We need to make sure that we keep living after this. And I'm kind of horrified that when they open the doors in 6 months or a year, we've got zombies walking out of their houses going like, I go back into my house now. No, like let's just encourage each other so that when we get released, we're so happy to start hugging and shaking hands again. Oh, I miss shaking hands so much. Jeez. So that's the hashtag Markus Challenge community. Guys, join it. People, just come to us. And it doesn't matter what kind of shape you're in. You could be in amazing shape. You could be in terrible shape. No judgment. There's nobody coming down on you. Every one of my posts, it's nothing but positivity. When I give a diet tip, I'm not like, and if you have been doing it the wrong way, you're stupid. I'm not like that. I have so much love and sympathy. And I was there too. I've screwed up so many times in my life. I don't need people standing over my shoulder going, you're always screwing up, Markus. No, it's that hug. And you know what? If you fall off the horse 10 times, 10 times I'm going to help you back on. 10 times when you show up on that horse, I'm going to go, good for you for getting back on.
I love it.
Awesome.
I love it. And for the attendees who are watching right now, and we know that some of you, there's, groups of you at your home, right, that are allowed within our social distancing. But if you're going through the transformation, this is a wonderful way for you to extend that transformation family. Check out the hashtag Markus Challenge. And we love to have athletes joining our NPA community. We do the hashtag NPAA, and our stories, when you guys shout us out, we share it. We love for you guys to connect with each other. And Markus, we're so appreciative of you giving your wisdom today and sharing that community love. And, really all of you who are attending, the fitness family is a family, and we all may be in different areas, but we're all in this together. And a lot of us have been through stuff, and we know this isn't easy always. And having that extra support and connection, I think that's what the cherry on top of the sundae is to us, the healthy protein sundae.
Absolutely. And you know what, and in addition, the pandemic has brought out the extremes in personalities. And there's a good side to that. It's brought out the extreme positive aspects of certain people's personality. Markus, you're a testament to that for sure. And that's the reason why I'm optimistic. I'm very optimistic because you have somebody who's positive and hardworking, can't keep them down. So I really appreciate that the ideas that you've given us today. The idea of the hashtag Markus Challenge is a great way for us to connect as well. And once we come out of this pandemic 6 months to a year from now, we're gonna be hugging like there's no tomorrow. I'm very optimistic about that. So we're gonna make this happen for
Can't wait.
So we have a live Magnum giveaway. Your amazing team had put out that wonderful poster, and we posted that this morning, and we've had a lot of amazing feedback. People are like, biting their fingernails, so excited. All hand sanitized fingernails.
Hey, Wendy, sorry, before you give that away, I realized I haven't said anything about Magnum. Do you mind if I just introduce?
Yeah, go right ahead. Yeah.
You guys did such an amazing job of it. And listen, people, this is not a big pitch thing. I don't want it to turn into that because that's not why I'm here. But I do want to tell you, supplementation, it's not make or break. It's not you need this to get healthy. You need this to get gains. No, good supplementation will just amplify what you're doing. So maybe you're going to the gym and you're like, oh man, I'm trying to get to the gym, but I don't have enough energy. That's what awesome supplementation is for. I'm trying to lose weight and it's just such a slow process. That's what supplementation is for, to help it speed up a bit, give you more energy, help you sleep better, lower your anxiety. So we have products for all this stuff. Magnum Nutraceuticals is a company I started 16 and a bit years ago. And it's a company that's founded on one principle: integrity in everything we do. We make every decision with integrity. I put the word integrity all over the building at Magnum because there's always going to be questions. There's always going to be decisions to be made. And when you just stare at the word integrity, it helps you make those decisions really easily. So we make great products. We love what we do at Magnum, and we're obsessed with our clients. We're obsessed with you guys. We're obsessed with the whole experience of supplementation because we love it. Like, it's so much fun. This isn't, again, like we're not selling miracle pills. You can't buy my products, buy a fat burner, go sit on the couch and expect to lose weight. If that's you, please don't buy Magnum. I don't want your business. If you are someone who is, you know what, I'm going down this healthier path and I'm looking for something to help me, that's what I want. I want to help you. And that's what we've created. We've created really cool experience products, fun products, and a really great community. So if you end up buying Magnum, if you've been buying Magnum, reach out to me. I love hearing the stories. I love hearing the feedback. You'll get a response from me because I care. I care about my clients. I care about your health. I want to see you do awesome. And we just launched the new Peanut Butter Cups Quattro.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And I'm choked that I haven't. Now I'm thinking about, I should have sent it to you too, because you guys should be tasting this. It's got 500% more peanut butter than we've ever put in anything. And it tastes so good. And it's peanut free, Kevin. Peanut free peanut butter cups. So much so, one of my head graphics guys is deathly allergic to peanuts. I said, Christian, you gotta trust me here. It's Marcus. He takes it and he's still alive. Anyway, it's amazing. It's lactose free. It's gluten free. You pass gas on my Quattro, I'll give you your money back. True story.
Love it.
That's awesome.
Love it.
That is awesome.
100% fart proof.
Hey.
I love that, Marcus. We love your products, and I have a 79-year-old dad who is a master's track cyclist in Florida, and he
I love it.
saying, I'm a little tired, and I said, well, I know what you need to take, and I sent him your site, and I recommended, what he should have, and he's feeling so good. So he's kicking some 79-year-old butts out on the track,
and some 50-year-old butts.
Yes, and so this is for athletes of all ages, and we're really, really proud of your Canadian company. And I always love, when we recommend Magnum or athletes win and they get their prize, try the Magnum supplements.
They're hooks forever.
Well, and they realize what a gift it is, and they're like, wow, I can't believe how much I love this. And it's the community that goes with it. So thank you for being an amazing Canadian business. We're Canadian small business owners, and we love Canadian. We're proud Canadian business owners. And so,
thank you for being a leader in the industry as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you for doing that, Marcus. We look forward to the trail that you continue to blaze.
Keep changing lives and
keep changing lives. Yeah.
And having fun along the way.
It is not going unnoticed. I know sometimes it could be a little bit of a lonely path, and you're busy and you're appreciative, but it's nice to hear every now and then that it is definitely not going unnoticed, and we really appreciate you. So keep up.
Oh, I appreciate that so much, guys. Thank you.
Welcome.
So what are we giving away today?
So we are giving away, everybody can go on Instagram on NPAA Sport, and there is a big prize pack that your amazing team sent us. We've got a picture here, and the picture is incredible. It's got smoke, and it's got the supplements.
You're giving away smoke?
Yes, no, we're not giving away smoke, but we are giving away the Quattro E-Break, Main Brain, and Fasted Cardio, the live giveaway. There we go.
So, baby.
Yeah, so we're gonna have you choose a number between 1 and 20, and so sad if you've already been chosen, you don't get this one. But let's see what happens. So Marcus, you
1 and
choose a
20.
number.
Let's go number 22. Lucky 22. Wait a minute. Did you say 1 and 20?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
My brain said 1 and 30. I don't know what I was thinking.
Go for
So
it.
you said 1 and 20. So
Yeah.
let's go. I'm bored on November 3rd. So let's go number 3.
Kelly Gilligan. Congratulations, Kelly.
Hey.
Congratulations,
Oh,
Kelly.
Kelly, you're going to be doing backflips, and I think we know, Kelly, your boys are going to be wrestling you for that delicious Quattro, Mom, to make them in their smoothies every day.
I love it.
Good luck with that. There's going to be a mass hysteria
Yes,
inside the house.
yes. Thank you again, Marcus, for your presentation today. And
Oh, thank you.
I love that you touched on mental health. What we're going to do is we're going to pass it on over to registered psychologist and fitness model pro. Jackie's competed on the world stage